Welcome. We're back. All right, now to move on to day 5 of New Zealand. I think it's day 5. So, after Jed's house and hurting my foot, I had to sit out the first event, which was the Taniwa downhill, and which was like such a gnarly race. You know, the roots and then the constant rain was insane. I was able to track walk it. I pushed through, able to check it out, and I was still bummed. And then, so my first event, I was like, all right, well, we got Whip Off. Whip Off was the first one I was able to ride after hurting my foot. I took 3 days off of kind of stretching it as much as I could and hoping it gets better. But it just felt so jammed. Like I just jammed my toes into my foot, and then I don't know, it was all messed up. But yeah, so 3 days off the bike, I was able to get one run in before Whip Off. And again, this is a brand new bike. I've never even ridden it until I got to New Zealand. And I was so nervous for Whip Off because the jump was like pretty big. Like the step down it wasn't like a small jump. And these definitely like the biggest jumps I've ever hit on a DH bike. And so I was nervous because I did not feel comfortable. And I just felt like if you know biking and you don't ride for a while, you definitely know the feeling of not feeling comfy. Everything kind of feels whack for a little bit.
Hello, Blue Sleeves. That's the Godfrey clan making their first ever appearance here at a Crankworx.
And this was a new bike, and the suspension definitely wasn't set up for me. It was a little soft for these kinds of jumps, but I didn't really have a choice. It was either ride or don't. And when we were getting ready for the event, like I definitely had a thought in my head where I was like, you could pull out of this event and not have to like ride it because of your foot. And I was really close to doing it, but my little brother, he wanted to ride with me, and I think he was looking up to me to like help him to ride. And so I was like, look, I have to ride because everyone's counting on me to show up for these events. Like I made an announcement on social media and just that I was going to show up to, Crankworx, New Zealand. And so I get on the bike and I'm just so nervous. Then I hit the first jump. I hit the jumps, and like the first one I over jumped the step down and had to like grab brakes before the big jump. And then like swerved off, went back up. I was like, okay, that was the first one. I was a little nervous, and I got back up there, and then I dropped in and we hit the jumps, and it was okay. Like,
come on, make some noise! We got two brothers in the house, the Godfrey boys!
I didn't feel comfortable, and if you don't feel comfortable on a bike and you try to whip, it's just like awkward. And so we got like 6 jumps in, and it was kind of an ego check for me because like with me doing my background with Nitro Circus and like doing flips and all this other stuff, I kind of hold myself to a higher standard in that. And like I want to put a show on for the crowd, but I had the announcer like, oh yeah, Gavin Godfrey from Nitro Circus is here and all this stuff. And everyone that lives in New Zealand or knows Nitro Circus, they know it's like the gnarliest stuff ever, and there's like flips always going on. And I would be walking up to go drop in, and these little kids would be like, do a backflip. And in my mind I was like, yeah, I should do one. But at the same time, like my foot was just in so much pain. I'm like, I can't. Like I have to like stay healthy, and if I crash, I'm definitely out for like the next couple of races. And I have to do a race because I just flew to New Zealand. This had to be done. And so I really had to like take an ego check to just push through the event, do what I could do to show up. And even though like people were like telling me like, you should backflip, like do something cool, I had to be smart and I had to play it safe because I saw the bigger picture, what was coming down the pipeline with more events to ride in and to not be hurt my foot anymore. And so this showed me like I just have to keep going. And sometimes like you gotta play it smart. It's not always about just doing the most craziest things in the moment and like putting yourself at risk. It's being calculated in what you're doing, and to see the longer picture of the event to push through and be in more events. And the whip off was amazing. We didn't qualify to the next one, but it's okay. We had a good time, and that taught me, it's not always gonna go your way, and people will expect more from you. But if in reality, like, it's your life, you have to make the decision. And I made a smart decision, I feel, to keep it safe and to push through and finally get some more events underneath my belt.
We just got done bowling. I was trying to spin it, but it wasn't really spinning that good. How's your
The lanes were a little too greasy,
So we're gonna
didn't get the strike, but now we're on to the next one.
So yeah, we're gonna go work on our throws and then do some air squats and some burpees, and then we'll be good next time.